Call yourself homebrewers.
I know. What can I say?
I've got loads.
We're live now, boys.
I have to
No,
be
he's
fair.
been shilling like a Shillington. We're live on the tube, by the way, boys. We're back up and ready to rock and roll.
I think Tricky never has less than 100 litres at any given moment in time.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's about right.
Right, just give me 1 second.
Wait, I need a new project now, don't I? Hold up. 100 litres.
5. Be 5 gigs.
5.
I don't know what happens to your maths there.
I mean, I'd say I'd probably be dipping under that occasionally, but it was in that kind of ballpark.
Yeah, I tend to peak up to about 100, about 5 kegs.
Yeah,
and then it tends to run back down to about 2, and then I go.
I actually find when you get like lots of them filled up at the same time, and then they gradually drop down. That's when you end up in this situation. They go pop, 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 pop. You're like, shit. Now I've got nothing left.
I think I might have maybe a pint. I've just remembered I didn't check tap 5. I may have a pint of the saison left, and that's about it. I think I'm fuckadoodled.
You've actually been brewing a lot, Chris. It's just you never.
I've also but it's 10
never
litre
really
batches,
talk
mate.
about it. Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's just 10 litre. Yeah, I've been doing the experimental stuff with the low ABV. I've been brewing 10 litres at a time. Have I done 130 litres?
Right,
mate.
We need to hold this thought, and we need to just actually start recording because this is all good conversation.
Okay, gentlemen, 3, 2, 1, click. Excellent. We're back in. Right. So, I just want to do a bit of an intro on this one to get like the podcast and the Patreons. Owen, can you get the Patreons page up and tell me the new ones, please?
Yes, we do have some. I know J-Mac is in the house.
Indeed.
Yeah. Nice.
So, give me 2 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 62B of the Hop Edition, where we are going to sit down, drink commercial beers, and basically talk bollocks for about an hour and a half. We've just had the most amazing guest on. You will receive that podcast very, very soon, probably just before this one, to be fair. She was awesome, very, very cool, very good information, and it's also a really good insight into what is actually involved in that process. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Brewcake Tap. Johnny has got some banging deals on. Go buy yourself a hot bong. If you've got yourself a Firmzilla, I'm buying one because they look fucking awesome. If for no other reason, I want to see if it functions as an actual bong. The other thing that I want to say is they do some amazing drip trays. You may have heard us talk about those once or twice. Get yourself a drip tray, but anything that you need, kegging, anything to do with Kegland, anything to do with dispensing, go and see Johnny at Brewcake Tap. Tell him the Hop Edition sent you. And also a massive thank you to all of our Patreons. We're missing a few on the current list that's scrolling along the bottom of YouTube. However, we have got some new ones, and Owen is about to tell us all about them because he's a funky monkey.
Funky monkey?
That was like the best segue ever, and you just crashed it. You missed it totally.
Yeah, funky. I think I stopped at funky monkey, mate. Yeah, we've got 2 new Patreons that joined in the last month, so big shout out to those guys. So we've got Carl Coulter and also J-Mac, so Jonathan McAllendon. Sorry, J-Mac. Both joined as Hop Standers, so yeah, big shout out to you guys, and obviously big thanks to all of our Patreon supporters. Really appreciate the continued support. Couldn't do it without you, and it's helping us to build a really strong platform on this podcast.
I agree. Thank you. They're fucking cool as fuck, man. Yeah, man. And I reckon with a bit of modification, that shit would work as an actual bong.
I'm pretty certain it would.
They tri-clamp one, so you could use it on your kit. Oh,
yeah.
Yes, it is. And it even comes with a tri-clamp lid. So yeah,
I mean, I don't want to be like the harbinger of doom here, but, and I've said it in previous podcasts, is it just that are we solving a problem that doesn't really need to be solved? Like we're literally pouring a cup of dry hop.
I'm not rushing out to buy one myself. Let's just say that.
Well,
also, like, it won't fit in the fridge for me if I put that on the top.
Tricky,
well,
you created your cheeky little tea-piece tube.
I've got the CO2 line.
Create positive.
You can bubble
CO2 pressure out of the.
You can bubble it just through the dip tube. To be fair, you don't even need to do it that way. So there's ways and means to do it. It's pretty much
save yourself. Like you're talking about.
To be honest, most of the time, I don't bother doing that. I just open the lid and throw them in and purge
the most minuscule risk of oxidation that you're.
It looks amazing. I don't care if it works well or not. It looks fucking awesome.
Like the opportunity for cool B-roll with it. To be fair, Andy, it's probably worth £80, right?
I'm not buying. Yeah. I'm not buying.
I know what you're thinking here.
Forget it. I'm not sold. I'm gonna go and buy the Brutalis version right now. It's like one temperature probe, right? Done.
And a ramp. And you can ramp over time. You can set it up. It's fully automated.
So you can do stage lager fermentations and.
Hang on, just a
double
sec,
Tricky on the screen.
Yeah, Tricky's so important. I've put him on the screen twice.
Well, I mean, he is the man of the month, the year.
Sorry, Andy.
Man of the year so far.
So could no one hear me?
There was just too much Scottish.
No, I don't think they could hear you. No.
Oh, got it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He's back.
Sorry.
I'm surprised.
I apologize, Andy.
I'm surprised, Tricky, you've not turned up with all your.
I
did consider putting them on for tonight's episode.
You should have. I'm
They see me rolling.
It wouldn't be Mr. T, it'd be Mr. B.
Ching, ching.
Just getting his grills out. Nice. No, congratulations. I think we probably haven't reflected on this on the podcast.
Before we do that, and before this beer disappears completely, can we talk about the beers we've got, please?
Fine.
Yeah.
All
right. So I'm going first. Fuck you all. From Nowhere by Flock Brewing. This is their dipper. It's an 8% dipper. It has, I've got to take my glasses off, Nelson Strata Citra Mosaic. And for those of you who have not had a Flock order, go and put a Flock order in. Do it now. Don't do anything else. Literally open another window. Go and buy some of this beer from Flock. This is one of the... And
look into my eyes. Go to Flock.
I've had a few beers, right? I've had a few dippers recently. I've been drinking quite a few, trying to get my alcohol tolerance up to match Andy. And basically,
you mean Tricky?
No, I mean Andy, because I'm not quite a Tricky standard yet. This is a dark, dirty, chewy, thick, milkshakey kind of wonderful tropical fruit bomb in a glass. This is a stunning beer. I don't know what kind of witchcraft has been involved in making this, but this is fucking beautiful.
Welcome to the dark side, Chris.
Chris is advocating everyone to buy a dipper.
Welcome to the dipper side.
Right. I used to drink something that they used to sell in Tesco's when I was at university, and it was a peach and mango and pineapple, like fruit juice. It was a thick one. You know, the ones that come in the UHT packets. And it was one of those, and it was stunning. It was really, really nice. This tastes like that, but with 8% vodka.
Okay.
Which means when I was a student,
I think he likes
it
it.
tasted just like this. It was cracking. And this is a great, great beer. It's so thick and so coating.
But that's flock.
Well, Lukey Stevens has just gone, yes, Kent for the
They're in,
win. So I assume
Kent.
it's Kent.
Kent.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah,
Kent.
there you go.
Yeah, really, really, really nice beer. Go and order some, guys. This is banging.
Yeah, we need to get Ross. We need to get Ross on the podcast and come talk to us.
Have they not been
we're-
trying?
we're-
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
It's in the
for
works.
sure.
Busy guy.
For sure. Very good. Well, I'm drinking a beer from a brewery called Atom, who I'd not heard of before, and I bought quite a few cans of theirs from Hoptimism, which is a bottle shop that has recently sadly closed its doors, and they were having like a bit of a sell-off of all their stock, and they were selling these pretty cheap. So I chucked a few in, and I'm drinking their Hellas lager, and it's very, very clear, like in terms of very, very light, very, very clear,
Mhm.
and it's all right. It's pretty passable as a Hellas. It's got a slightly weird vibe to it.
Did you
But
say it's
not-
best before?
No. Its best before is August this
Oh,
year,
okay.
but they were just generally reasonably cheap. You know, most of the time you go on these bottle shop websites, right?
Yeah.
The average cost of a can of beer is like £6.50 or something. You know, whereas these were like £3.50 or something. So it's like, yeah, I'll have a few of those. Why not?
Makes
Give them
it
a try.
feel a bit better when you see, how many cans you got to the actual price.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Brings it
ratio,
down a wee
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Have
I
you
think-
had Catalyst by Atom?
I think I've got that in the fridge.
Trust me, that is one of the most run-of-the-mill beers you'll ever drink, but it's done extremely well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a really nice run of the mill. Really nice,
It's
boring
just like
beer.
a standard pale ale, and it's so nice.
I might go and grab that in a minute.
Yeah.
Hang
I
on,
think-
just 1 second, Grandad or Dad or whatever your name is this week, Graham Hughes, you're on there as Dad. You're literally on the screen now.
Dad.
Yeah,
What
There
is
he
a
is.
patron?
Just scrolling by.
There he is.
yes.
Oh,
It's not missing. You're on there, Graham. You're just down there as Dad because you're that old.
I've got a sneaking suspicion we might be losing a Patreon tonight.
He's not going to do that to us.
and I'm the worst for ripping him on it. Even though he's not the oldest in the clan.
No.
Lols. And neither is Brett the shortest, but there you go. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of beers from Hobsons. It was 2 separate orders, and I think I got about 20 beers. But
Nice.
quite a lot of those were like impy stouts and barrel aged impy stouts
So was
and
that-
all that good stuff. So
250. No, how much? I don't know.
I think it was all told. It was about 100. It was about 110 quid.
Yeah.
I think for the two orders together for 20 beers. So not too bad, I guess. About
Yeah,
£5
it's
quid.
about
£5
right.
a
Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
But actually, a lot of those were like 10 to 12% barrel aged beers. So
Oh, I had one last night.
take
Michael Hall sent me his barrel aged stout that was like 9.7%, and it was in a Kowilla cask, and it was beautiful. It was like this peaty sort of stout that was just. My brother was over last night, so me and him split it because he gave me one of the big, huge bottles with the swing top, and I think that was why I'd kind of slightly put it off, delayed in drinking it, because I was like a 9.7% huge bottle to myself.
is that a 500 ml bottle, or is it?
I think it was.
Or is
I
it
don't
a
know if
seven? I don't think it's a 750. Is it the swing tops? It
I
might
don't
be.
know, but it was. It might have been a 500 of a 9.7% beer. I was like,
So
nah.
enough. Yeah. Well, tricky. I think you drank my my MP Stout last night.
Yeah, I got stuck into your 10.2% MP last night.
Yeah, that was a 500ml bottle.
That did send me off to sleep quite nicely, to be fair. I'd only had a couple of beers beforehand, but that just sealed the deal. So
Success.
Yeah.
But it was very nice. Yeah, it was definitely
Coconut one, was it?
full on pastry stout. Like, yeah,
Excellent.
Mega pastry
it was
stout
luscious.
territory. Very unctuous.
So yeah, cheers for that. I did enjoy it very much.
Yeah, my pleasure, Tricky. Thanks for lending me your little widget.
The widget doubler thing.
Yeah, the glass bottle widget for the eyeball tap that I needed to bottle some of that MP. And sorry, I had it too long.
Nice.
All right, it got back just in time for me to send those beers off to the national homebrew competition.
Did well. I gave it an extra little rub for you just to give you some extra luck.
Well, I mean, also, that was the first time I've sent bottles off in glass. So,
and you want to come
the stuff we'd been talking about previously. There might be something in that, packaging in glass rather than plastic. So,
it goes against everything.
I packaged in plastic. I got a second, so
yeah, it's the jury's still out, but
maybe
it's just the whole worry about it smashing. I think is what my concerns would be. Sending it in glass is just like, why would you post glass? I don't know.
It's also more expensive to post as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, though, Tricky, I did that old trick where and actually I didn't really do it intentionally. I bottled 3 bottles of the beer because I thought it was 3 bottles for the competition. It turned out it was 2. So I put 1 in the fridge with the intent of, I'll try that.
Yeah.
On or around the same date as the competition, so I get a vibe of what the judges actually ended up tasting.
That's cool.
There was definitely some oxidation to the beer that I picked up, changing colour. It wasn't horrendous. It definitely wasn't as good as if you went to the tap. And in addition to the fact that beer's not really travelled, it's gone from my garage to my kitchen fridge. But I think it's that whole point around it's tallest dwarf, isn't it? That's the competition, right? It's the whichever is generally best within that category, and it didn't have any significant off flavors, even though it was not its best. So I think plastic definitely still is kind of causing a bit of maybe a bit of an oxidation.
I think it's just been, in my experience, like I've had beers that have placed and done all right that have gone in plastic, but equally it seems to have been a bit hit and miss with other beers that have clearly not arrived in good condition, and some that have got feedback saying they're oxidized and others that haven't.
Do you think the glass keeps it colder as well? Like, whereas the plastic maybe conducts the heat too easy?
Well, we can look into that one whilst you were chatting away. Wonderful, some science to do. Yeah. Specific heat capacity of glass.
Conductive properties of the PET bottle. Let's go.
840 joules per kilogram -1. Excellent. Now let's have a look for the same thing for plastic.
I'll talk about my beer quickly before I inhale it because it's absolutely lush.
It's got a Baron.
Baron's Fuzz. This is Jack's sort of first core beer from the looks of the description on the side. Their first semi-permanent beer, they've said. So it's Mosaic, Strata, and some Citra in there as well. Nerdy bits. It's loads of hops. Double dry hopped at 12.5 grams per litre. It's pretty significant.
That is a lot.
Yeah. Oats, wheat, dextrin, Caragold. So yeah, hazy boy, but it's just super
nice.
Yeah, super dank, super fruity. It's lovely actually. It's probably one of the best ones I've had from Baron, and it's only 4.2%. So yeah,
banger.
It's packing a good amount of flavour in for a 4% beer.
Nice. I might have to go and put an order in with Baron right now. Even though I've just put one in with Duration. Andy, just to clarify your previous comment, no.
Yep.
It won't.
Right. Okay.
No, the specific heat capacity of glass is 840 joules per kilo,
Yep.
and the specific heat capacity of PET is 1250 joules per kilo.
Okay. So
So it requires more energy to heat up 1 gram of PET by 1 degree than it does to heat up 1 gram of glass by 1 degree.
okay.
So the glass would transfer the heat easier than the PET would.
Huh.
More
But
of the
then-
glass though.
Yeah, the glass is thicker.
True. That's something I hadn't taken into account. Excuse me while I do more math.
Back
Back
to the
drawing
calculator.
board. Yeah.
Okay, just on the was it the 12.5 grams per liter of dry hop? Did you watch the latest Treehouse video?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
In
you?
fact,
Was it?
in fact, I've already knocked up a recipe
Yes.
in Brewfather for it.
Excellent one. Was that 7% dipper? Was that?
It was 7%. I ended up going with London Ale 3, and it had
Uh-huh.
a finishing gravity of 1018,
Okay.
based on what he recommended as
Did
the
he say
mash
18?
temperature.
Was it 18 grams per liter he was doing?
I think he said 15.
Or was it 15? Oh.
Yeah, which actually is not as big as you would think. That is about
That's 400 grams.
No, it's about 350 grams in the dry hop.
Still.
Although that said, doesn't
Because it was at Citra, Amarillo, and Simcoe.
no, it was 360 grams would get you to 15.65 grams per
For a
litre.
23 litre batch, 18 grams per litre is 414 grams total.
Yes.
Well, according
What?
to Brewfather, I've put in 360 grams
Mhm.
of hops, and it came to 15.65 grams per litre.
What
That's
size batch?
345 grams total.
What size batch you doing on?
20,
23?
23 litre, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to have to do
418.
it. You'll need to do a 23 litre if you want to get anywhere near a keg. Because it's pretty heavy.
Yeah,
Good.
430 grams total.
Are you going to brew it on?
Yeah, I might do. Yeah, I mean, it's that desire for like, do I really want a
Keg.
entire keg of 7%?
7%. Yeah.
It actually came out at 6.8%.
I was thinking, could you make something that's more of a session beer from that makeup?
Well, you say that. I've just done, as pretty much everyone is right now, a low ABV
Oh,
hazy pale.
We've
Excellent.
got a podcast coming on that very soon.
we do.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd get in and get
Well
some
done.
experience of it. Mine's coming in, I think, I was aiming for 3%, but I overshot.
Oh.
So I think it's going to come in at like
6.3.
Yeah.
I went for a low ABV and ended up producing a dipper.
I made the mistake of using Pop's Pale Ale one.
Oh, well, there's your issue.
No, I didn't. That's a lie. I just overshot, and I think it came in at about 3.2%, 3.3%.
Okay.
That's still a decent,
Still okay.
decent session beer.
Yeah.
But I used the new WHC
So-
Paradise
Oh.
yeast, which apparently is basically just the Conan yeast. So it's basically just London Ale 3 that's gone through a lot of mutation, I think.
We could do with Lance right now to talk to us about that, couldn't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure he'd be thrilled to know that I've been using that. But I went Citra, Strata, and Pacific Sunrise,
Oh.
which is a new New Zealand hop.
Uh-huh.
And I
And
tell
that's
you
low
what,
ABV.
I had a little, like when you sort of,
And it's good. Yeah.
I had a little blast out of the
Sticky.
venter, and it was smelling absolutely incredible.
What was
I'm
it called
super
again? Sorry.
excited. Pacific Sunrise.
Ah.
A bit
Not heard
of
of
a
that.
fruit bowl, and I've also got
I might
some.
have a packet of that in the freezer somewhere.
Ah.
I think the
Feeling I've
malt
ordered
miller,
one.
the malt miller, I think was selling it off in their sort of sales section.
Yeah, that's why I think I might have popped that in with an order somewhere.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple of packs, and I've also got some Citra Lupimax going
Kabim.
up as well. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Just
Just
while we're talking
nice.
about hop pairings, just a second, because I was having a conversation last night with good old Lukey Stevens, and he's talking about doing a beer with Wakatu and Most for that strawberry and lime vibe.
Well, you're not talking about this as well, Chris.
I've already got one sitting in Brewfather waiting for an next brew day, mate.
Yep.
I'm going to do that with the hop unlock yeast, I think.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Just bear in mind with the hop unlock thing is just that whole Whirlpool dry hop thing.
Oh, no. There'll be very little going in the Whirlpool. It'll be, in fact, I'll tell you what it is. Just let me call it up.
Does it
So
come from the malt?
I think if you're going to do that, Chris, I would consider going back to your Northern Monkey recipe, because I think that might actually be a brilliant candidate, because it's not a super heavy hop forward beer.
Yeah.
No.
I think that would play nicely.
I'm wondering what that hop unlock's going to do to the Bramling Cross, though. That's my concern.
Use the grist of the Northern Monkey, but go with the Wakatu and Most hop combo. But
that's not a bad shout.
It would be interesting to see what kind of bound thiol contribution that those two hops would provide. It may be that the New Zealand hop, the Wakatu, might provide a lot, but you might not get a huge amount from the Most. I don't know.
If I get a strawberry and lime vibe from that, though, in that, because it's
Do you not think Motueka rather than Wakatu? Wakatu's very, very subtle lime. In my experience, it's super.
Yeah, but I don't want in your face lime when it comes to strawberry and lime beer.
I don't think you're going to get, obvious strawberry and lime off of that.
That's what I'm drinking just now, actually.
Also, I'm not sure there's any thiol chemicals, compounds that will really give you lime strawberry vibes. If you go and look at them all, a lot of them the descriptors tend to be more around rhubarb, passion fruit, guava.
Wakatu definitely talks about lime,
all these sorts of things. But just because the hop provides that doesn't necessarily mean that the hop unlock is going to unbound those same aromas.
Yeah.
Hey, we live at the forefront of brewing science, mate. I am constantly pushing back the foreskin.
Don't say it.
You get the smeg out, mate.
Let's go with it. As long as it don't end up cheesy, we're all good.
Just get a good wash.
Cheese mining, yeah. Fuck's sake.
I mean, what can go wrong?
You just use plenty of Starsan.
Plenty of Starsan. Get rid of the lumpy bits.
It's got a sting.
Mate, you can't sanitize something that's dirty. We all know that.
That's true.
That is true.
Right.
Yeah, in my mind.
You've got to basically put it in sodium carbonate first, yeah?
Yeah, fizz it out.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Andy, what are you drinking, dickhead?
Mate, I'm drinking my lime lager that I did, the Motueka. So just talking about lime. It's, I was saying it earlier, it was, when I first think it was very banana and it was like bits of flavours and stuff, and I wasn't really happy with it. Somehow, 3 months later, it is now absolutely amazing, which probably means the keg's about to kick.
2 pints left, son. 2 pints left.
Yeah. I better bottle some up for you, Chris.
Yeah, get it done. I ain't sending that touchscreen to you, man.
I know. I'll get you a wee package made up.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah. I mean, I'm more interested in what your low ABV tastes like compared to mine.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's going to be an interesting one, that.
Because it's not... Me and my brother have both got it, so I did the double batch. My brother's like, Andy, that low ABV beer is just... I'm smashing it.
It's fucking brutal just how easy it is to drink, right?
It's so good.
For the flavour profile that you get from that grist and that hop bill, it is brutal when it comes to drinkability.
Yeah, like what Owen's saying about doing it and anyone else thinking about doing it, just watch you don't overdo it with the bitterness, because you don't have that alcohol there. And so using a bit of salt in it as well, that helps to balance it out as well. So that's all the tricks that are in it. So we'll talk about it in the next pod. But yeah,
Yeah, let's not go too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
No,
Save
we'll
it.
talk about it then. But yeah,
there's some
such a
very
good beer.
interesting, subtle tricks that you do with low ABV beers to balance
Yeah,
everything out,
That's
to give you
all
that
about it.
real big hot pop, but also to maintain that decent body and that low bitterness.
Correct.
It's a tricky tightrope that you're walking.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll get that down to you. Do you know what? You'll have it. Keep it for the episode.
Oh yes,
Yeah. Right.
You could send a bottle out to all three of us, maybe.
I could. Excellent idea. Right. That's what I'll do. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Right. I'll get it out.
Get to the chopper. No, we could do that definitely. That sounds like a bit of a plan.
Great
Owen,
idea.
maybe is yours fermented out yet, Owen?
It is. I just started to cool it down for the dry hop.
So it could be ready.
Yeah, it'll
2
probably be
weeks.
in a keg and carved within a week.
Oh, so yeah, and then
Yeah, so I could get it out.
yeah. Excellent.
Swish. Yeah, that'd be good if I could do that. I'll also send you guys a bottle of my Impy as well,
Cool.
so you can
That
also
sounds
enjoy
good.
that. I might even send you a bottle of my award-winning white IPA.
That's right.
Is there any of your best in show beer available, Tricky, to maybe send out so we can all tell you how shit it is on pod?
No, I've got some,
That would be great.
I've got some boxed up, but I'm not going to send it to you now. So
I'd rather shit
gonna
on
go
my
and
own
get it and drink
shoes
it
than
myself.
drink this.
you can.
Fuck you. Amazing.
Even in a glass bottle to make sure that it arrived in good condition.
Oh, mate. You know we
No,
all love
not
you.
now.
You
Not now.
it's going to turn up.
I'll save my
smashed.
postage. Thank you very much.
It's fine, man.
Brilliant.
Superb.
I am just while we're talking about homebrew beers and stuff, I am actually really planning on having a fairly mental brewing session over Easter. I've got 2 Quake beers planned for the first day of Easter, and then 5 days later I've got 2 normal yeasted beers planned.
How many brews can you do at a time?
In there.
I can do literally 2 beers in a day, and it takes me about 7.5 hours.
No, your fermenting space, Chris. What have you got?
Oh, 2 fermenters.
And you've got 2 fridges.
No, I've got 1 fridge.
Okay.
But I found that brewing with Hornidal, which is one of the yeasts that I plan on using, if you stick it around about 22, 23 degrees, you actually get a lot of esters that I don't particularly like off of it. So if you ferment it at about 20, it tends to chug along quite nice and slow, but it does give some really nice flavors that I'm very, very, very happy with.
There you go.
So that's just with Hornidal. With Voss, if it ain't at 35, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's not at 30, if it ain't boiling,
You're not
don't
riding
bother
that
fermenting
tangerine
with it.
train,
man.
then there's no
Nah,
point.
man. It's all about the tangerine train with Voss.
It is.
So there's a line of what have I got? Oh god, it's a version. I've gone back to version 5 of the nipple. So that is Voss with Idaho 7 and Cashmere.
Well, Idaho 7, yes.
Idaho 7 and Cashmere, mate. Let me tell you, that is a match made in heaven. That is the Beyonce and Jay-Z of beers. That's a good one. Hornidal beer is going to be weirdly enough a stout, because I like Hornidal in stouts because I'm weird as fuck.
Okay.
And then later on, I'm going to be doing a Märzen and an alt beer.
Yes. What was it? Did you not brew a Märzen?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, right. So you still get the pack?
I've still got the pack.
Is that the beer style that you always have on tap, Chris?
Yeah, except I don't have one on tap right now.
Because it's getting me a beer.
I've got none. I've got fucking none. I don't even have anything in the fermenter.
That was one of those classic Millington claims.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. That one's going to run for you fuckers, though, isn't it?
Literally always on tap.
Yeah,
either on tap or in the fermenter or in the fridge waiting to be brewed.
Down in flames.
Yeah. So, Shall we rip the piss out of Brutals for releasing a 400 quid fucking metal cylinder that you can mount on a wall?
Yeah,
So good, it doesn't even need a stand.
it does have a stand.
You have to pay extra
In
for
its
the stand.
defence, I don't think
What-
you do. It
What
comes
kind
with a
of
stand.
fucker's gonna fucking make
I'd
one
love
of them?
the
Problem is,
follow-up like posts where it was like, oh yeah, there are all these other planned accessories to come with it that is clearly indicates you've got to pay extra for them, and it's just all the stuff that you should have as standard with it to make it fucking function as a fermenter that can actually stand up, right?
yeah, and I think there's an element of like, well, it comes with a stand, right? But you can't really attach anything to the bottom of it, so you can't really use that bottom port if you use it with the stand that's supplied.
Yeah, so it's
a
essentially
bit like, so
useless.
then you have to wall mount it. Except, how are you supposed to wall mount something in a fridge? That's not going to work, right? You're not going to be able to like bolt something. They just have a.
This
I'm
is
not being funny.
Brutals.
Who's gonna pay 350 quid for a fucking metal cylinder?
Me.
Somebody in the Brutals design department has just fucking gone off the deep end there, haven't they? It's like, how
Yeah,
far can we push it to take the piss?
I don't know.
I think they really need to start like firing and rehiring some people in their R&D space, because they built out their first initial system, and I think there was some brilliant thinking around that. It was great, made sense.
Oh, hang on. He's in the fucking house.
And then they've gone off the wall trying to solve problems that don't need to be solved, and it's just bit of a mess, really. And it's the price point piece as well. It's like, what is it, like 400 quid,
338 for the basic.
all right, fine.
What size?
But how many
That's 30 litre.
firm Zillas could you buy
7
for that?
But for
Seven.
that's just a cylinder. There's nothing else, right? It's not.
Does not give you the bubbler. Does not give you a
no
little
PRV.
bubbler.
There's no nothing. That's
I don't
just a metal fucking cylinder.
No
I don't know how
spunding,
you
no
get the beer.
pressure,
How do you get the beer out of it?
No fittings for like, what am I missing something here? Like, what the fuck?
Hang on just a sec, because we do have Stewie, Mr. Brutal's cock rider, in chat right now. Come on, Stewie. Tell us how we're lacking fucking vision.
I don't know.
Go on, Stewie.
Lacking vision, gents.
I'm going to highlight that comment. How exactly are we lacking vision?
Because,
It's a metal fucking cylinder.
See, did you see Hobson Early did a video and he was all over it?
Yeah, of course he was. But then he's been given
Has he been given
a free? Yeah, of course he is. There's a whole bunch of guys that are given their free, like
there was.
They're fed all the news. They're fed free products to review, and yeah,
Hey, I might have a different opinion if I was on that list, but
when I see that,
chilling game's not up
face
there
it, right? Just for the record, Brutals,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this podcast, I'm fully open to receive their products, and I will review them very favourably because I have zero
and
morals.
give positive reviews on the Hop Edition.
Brutals, if you're listening to this podcast, there's absolutely no chance I'm going to review a metal cylinder. Sorry, boys.
See,
Can I just say, check out this glass.
Oh,
And everybody shed a tear because we have lost one of the two great breweries of the UK.
Yeah,
we did.
Hey, speaking of, I said that I was probably drinking my last can of theirs on the other pod.
Nice one.
Yeah,
there's a few,
Actually,
few cans on
I've got one left.
I think they're all sort of short dated, but there's a few cans on Malt Miller still.
Nice one, Owen.
Which is pretty cool.
Did you? Is that from that artwork guy?
Yeah. So Matt
Nice.
Canning, this arrived today, so I'm super pleased with that.
You need to get that framed then.
Yeah,
Poddy on the poddy in the chat.
It's been signed as well, which is pretty cool.
I got some of that swim club one that they did as well, and it was actually out of date, but it still tastes fantastic. So
I have to say, I went to put a beer order in, and I've got, like, on my bookmarks, I've got a list of breweries, and it's ordered by what I think is the best brewery, which I'm not going to say because we can argue about that one for days. But obviously, Unity was top 2, and I am absolutely fucking gutted that he's not producing beer anymore. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are disappointed by the fact that he's not producing beer anymore. But for me, just knowing the guy, knowing the love that he puts into that beer, knowing the ability and the skill level and the knowledge that he had, to not be able to buy beer off of him at this moment in time is absolutely fucking heartbreaking for me.
Chris.
So
I can't see it.
Well, Hoddy is
Maverick.
Maverick, who is the Unity's old cat. His Brewing starts tomorrow.
Well, I've got to say, Mr. Hodster, if we don't get a case each to review on this podcast, then
just a case.
Just a case. And then you need to come
Sounds
on and tell us
reasonable.
what life's like as a commercial
Yeah,
brewer.
that'd be so cool. Yeah. Oh,
Definitely.
He's got boxes of Yakima Chief hops.
Yeah, I saw
and
that picture.
Simpsons.
He's ready to roll. You know he's going to do. You know he's going to.
He's going to do mental things.
It's going to be great.
Yes,
I'm looking
mate.
forward to trying some of his beer.
There
Talking
you
of
go.
beers,
Andy, do you want to know how easy it is to sign a guest? Just read chat on Facebook, on YouTube at the minute.
Assign a guest.
You know, to get guests to come on the podcast, do you want to know how easy it is?
What do you reckon he's going for that first brew then?
20
3%
emails.
mild with fuggles in it, something like that. That sounds
Definitely,
up
yeah.
his street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we'll pull fuggles.
It's a
With hop unlock.
Massive fuggles dry hop.
5 grams per litre.
an all magnum bitter. I'd imagine he's going something pretty hop forward. I'd be guessing something along the lines of his favourite breweries, as in Treehouse or Alchemist or something along those lines. I reckon.
Yeah, Hoddy, do you want to let us in on what you're brewing for your first beer?
Let us know.
Just
Let
stick
us
it in
know.
chat, mate.
Let us know. Oh,
He might be being
another
sensible
homebrew
and going
con.
for a fairly low key beer just to, test the system out and make sure
It'll
it's
be
on
a best
point.
bitter, won't it?
I think
or a Pilsner.
I've interpreted his latest comment as he'd be willing to host us to do another homebrew comp.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm sure he would, to be fair.
There we
He's
go.
not allowed to enter that one, though.
No, he will be banned from entering that, certainly. Talking of beers, I've just cracked a fresh one open from Vault City. This is Fruits of the Forest, chocolate honeycomb vanilla sour.
Scotland.
Scotland.
Scottish.
This is
Citra Mosaic Pale.
This is a fresh fruit medley of blackberry, blueberry, and blackcurrant sat in a harmony with chocolate, honeycomb, and smooth vanilla. And it's mental. It genuinely has a proper chocolate flavour.
That's cool.
Oh, that's what you want,
mega
isn't it?
vanilla. Huge mouthfeel for a sour at 5.8%. And but it's like got that proper tart, like sucks all the saliva out your mouth.
Do they kettle sour?
If your mouth ain't dry when you've had a proper sour, there's something wrong.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Do they not kettle sour? I believe.
I suspect they do. Yeah, I suspect they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is clean. They tend to do clean sours, right? So that is kettle souring for
Chocolatey but
sure.
sour at the same time.
Yeah, it's not
That's
mega
one you probably have
chocolatey.
to taste to be able to get your head around that. Right?
I think so. I was a bit like, what color is this going to be?
Yeah.
And is it going to pour like a stout, or what? Like, what's going to like? Is it a sour stout, or is it whatever? But it's actually just it's just like your regular. There you go. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Deep red, but I'd imagine they've probably just added like some cacao nibs or something, or just give it a chocolate flavour.
Guys, I think we need to take into account just how much of an influence we have over certain people, because Rickshaw has just ordered a quarter kilo each of cashmere and Idaho 7 from Cross Maloof. Without even checking if he's got any Idaho 7 left in his freezer.
Well, I think it might have been the Jay-Z and comment.
He was all about the
Sold it.
Beyonce, wasn't he?
It's
Bouncy Knowles. Got to get in there. If we're talking about the beers that we're currently drinking, this is my second last Baron can. This is
Citrus Sabro.
Citrus Sabro, 4.2% pale. This is drinking rather pleasantly. I am very, very impressed with this beer. It's rather nice.
Baron getting some love on the pod tonight.
Yeah.
He does produce some bangers, though. And the one thing that I'm getting from this, weirdly enough, is I'm not getting much coconut. I'm just getting straight up, legit, down the pipe, in your face. Ugh! No condom, grapefruit. it's bareback, mate.
Getting
I'm telling
barebacked by a grapefruit. Nice.
This is banging.
So,
It's such a nice beer.
Yeah.
Slide
Potty,
straight in.
breaking
Full
news.
feeling.
Hoddy is going to be brewing his winning homebrew competition beer.
Is that what he's going to do? Is his
And
own?
that's going to be the first beer in can.
No,
Excellent.
he's doing
Yeah,
the
just a pill.
he's doing a Citra Mosaic Pale first, and then that one, right?
I believe that can
yeah.
heart has to have the Hop Edition logo on it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I think
His
that
his
would
can
be a
designs are
really good way
underway.
to pimp it up. And Hoddy, as soon as that can's released, let us know, mate. We will pimp that on the channels for you.
Yeah, no, just need to try it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll have a
And
word with
I
our
will-
social media manager when he sobers up.
We can generate
we'll
at
be
least 3
buying.
sales for you off the back
We'll
of
be
that.
we'll
so
be
it's well
buying,
worth
by the
doing.
way, Hoddy, not
Three.
Yeah, support. That's
we'll
it.
be supporting you.
And
Yeah,
that's us
three-
buying
that'd
it.
be cool.
Yeah, 3, maybe 4 sales guaranteed.
Well, I'm drinking a Lord's Brewing Co. Silver Spur, which is
Oh, that's very, very dirty, that artwork on that can. I like it.
Wild West themed.
yeah. Well, because it's Centennial and Cascade, and it is just that
Oh, classic
cutting-
Westie. Yeah.
cutting Westie sort of. It's like got that sort of. It's not. It's just. Yeah, it just makes your mouth so so you just want to go for more. It's definitely that kind of cutting
Excuse me.
grapefruity sort of pine. It's banging, absolutely banging. So yeah.
Oh man, I swear to God, this is a gorgeous beer.
I was thinking about a beer just last night because someone said to me, I made that West Coast IPA out of this book.
Oh,
It
what
was
brewery?
the,
Hang on.
Which one
Which one was that? Which one? I had glasses off. Come on.
It's the craft brew. I don't actually have that one.
Ferguson.
That was the Firestone
It
Walker
was
one you did, wasn't it?
Firestone Walker, yeah. And someone said to me last night that it was the best beer they've ever drunk.
Wow.
How many beers have they drunk?
4.
He's a craft beer drinker. Union Jack West Coast IPA. And I was thinking though that
Oh, and you need to tell us the recipe. Come on.
recipe is quite a complex recipe, to be fair. Not a particularly complex grist, but the hop scheduling is pretty crazy. It is basically pale malt, Munich, carapils, little bit of very light crystal, and then it's Magnum to bitter, Cascade Centennial, Amarillo, Simcoe. And that's it. So it's a proper classic West Coast thing going on. But I was thinking that it might be a really good candidate to do like an IPL with, as opposed to they suggest using a London ale yeast, which I think generally does come out pretty clean anyway. It's WLP 013. But I think actually if you used...
That's the woody one.
Hey?
That's the quite earthy London Ale. Just
Yeah, that's the one from the Craft Beer channel.
that's the
5
the old
points.
5
5
points.
points,
It's dead earthy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I
I
think
that's probably
are
from
they
the
not,
Fuggles.
they're not talking about the
Well,
Fuller's
but-
one or Fuller's equivalent.
I think it probably is the
Yeah.
Fuller's yeast. But I was thinking if you used a lager yeast or something that was super clean fermenting, I think I'd almost go cold IPA, IPL.
Can we call them what they are?
Tricky.
IPLs.
Can we call
What
them
did you call
Baltic
it?
IPAs?
No, but it's
Baltic
Baltic
IPAs.
IPA.
No, the cold IPA. We've discussed this, right? The cold
Yeah, it's a
IPA
Baltic IPA.
I'm gonna
is
bring it up.
is
Let's
is
not talk
is a
about it.
subset of the IPL where it's got corn in it that dries it. Or wait,
Is
what
that
does it
right?
do? It yeah, it does dry out, doesn't it?
Maybe I'll add some corn and then and I'll use a lager yeast. And I think that will make it even cleaner and even tastier.
Yeah.
So that's on the brew list for this year.
Cold
This
IPA.
is one of the things that we've discussed with every single
Market and
fucking
bullshit.
guest that we've had on.
I actually thought, see, when I watched Chicky's video about the cold IPA, I thought it was just a video about a rant, right? It was just literally a rant video about how it wasn't. And then all of a sudden he goes in to brew the actual cold IPA. And I was like, all right, okay, so it is actually
In the
a grain
interest
to
of
grass.
science, I'm going to still pursue this to see what happens.
Yeah, quite
and
right, yeah.
And then the conclusion was, it's a pretty good beer.
Yeah.
It's a decent beer. Just tasted like an IPL.
No! Hang on a sec. Giles Catier's in the chat. Giles, we don't want to hear from you. We want to hear from your dog. Teach your dog how to type.
Oh,
All right.
brilliant.
We love you. You're awesome. You're an amazing human. But where's that little cute puppy of yours?
Get the puppies out.
Yeah, get your
Get the
puppies
puppy.
out for the lads.
No, not his puppies. The puppy. Calm down. And I'm not talking about his schlong either.
Amazing.
Nah, man. We love it. We love it. Tricky, what are you drinking?
It's that Unity BRB.
You're still on that one.
Still on that one, yeah.
Smash it next.
There is another one lined up.
Down. Good lad. What are you drinking now, Tricky?
What I'm drinking now is
Oh, hello. That's some
Hello.
mint artwork.
Yeah.
so the this month's Bruiser Box is Tartarus Beers, who are
Tartarus. It's
on
in
the wrong side of
Knaresborough.
Leeds from where Chris is.
Knaresborough, isn't
apparently.
it? That kind of way.
I don't know. You just told me it was in some sort of like hideous ghetto that you didn't.
Or is it
want to go.
Homefirth? No, is it Homefirth?
No, that's near Huddersfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of on the way out there.
So anyway, this is actually quite an appropriate one for the guests that we've just had on, because their beers and their artwork, they've got this sort of like ancient god kind of theme going on with everything. So this is supposed to be a representation of Demeter, which is the Greek goddess for
Yeah, it's Horsefirth. I'm right.
harvest and agriculture and land fertility or whatever. And she's got a bit of barley in her hands there, as you can see on the can art. But yeah, I've got another one actually.
She's
here.
got the puppies out as well.
Yeah, and the puppies out. all of their can art is just fucking like weird. Like this is the one I had earlier.
Oh wow.
Got some sort of mystic fucking acid rabbit on it. I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe the mushrooms.
Moon rabbit, that one's called. So anyway, this is a West Coast IPA, but they have all sorts, from low ABV through to big impy stouts. There's like a Mexican chocolate something impy.
Can I just say that I've actually emailed these guys about coming on the podcast, and you've just called it a fucking acid rabbit.
Well,
And
the only reason I was getting them on the podcast was to discuss their can art.
Describe that in a different way to me, Chris.
It looks like a postmodernistic representation of a religious
Of an
figure.
acid rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
an
does,
acid
look,
rabbit.
it does
Okay.
look quite like Indian.
oh
Yeah, there's definitely some
Buddha.
Eastern kind of vibes there, I think, with some of the
Somebody
art as
Google
well, but-
acid rabbit, see what you come up with.
Anyway, so yeah, they're West Coast. So they don't give you any other information on the can about hops or anything else, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah.
7.2%.
We love the geeky bits.
Looks
Well,
like
It's
it's
quite
got
dark.
looks like it's got a bit of caramel malt going on in there. Yeah, it's got that
Sweet.
pretty sweet.
Is it going to be a lot going on there?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit old school as far as the there's quite a bit of caramel flavour in there, but loads of classic C hops in there as well. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's got a heavy dose of Centennial or Cascade and maybe some Chinook, Columbus.
Are you chewing the pine
Pick
cones?
any three of those. Yeah, there's pine, grapefruit peel.
It's so good though. I don't
Resin,
know.
pine,
This thing's
Resiny.
just so cleaning.
It's just
like
diesel.
In a good way, a sort of piney, varnishy sort of tasting beer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it good though? Right?
No, that's actually really nice. Yeah,
That's
really good.
When we get him on the podcast, we've got to ask him about the acid rabbit.
Yeah. Well,
Get that in the notes.
This one, the Moon Rabbit, was actually a low ABV stout with vanilla and tonka in it, and it was very flavorful. I mean, I wouldn't choose to drink a low ABV stout generally because they're difficult to make well. But this was probably one of the better low ABV stouts that I've tried before. But the West Coast IPA is much more.
What percent was it?
Which one? The low ABV?
Yeah.
0.5. So.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
Right,
Technically, that's enough to be almost no ABV, is it? Where do you have to be to?
Yeah, we're not at that state.
That's about that.
What do you need to? I don't know. Maybe
You have to reboil it, Andy.
Get that in the notes for the next episode.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can raise that with them as a question.
Oh,
0.5%.
As soon as I saw that beer, all I could think was I had a massive flashback when we were at the craft beer festival. We went to the American kiosk in the main hall, and everybody was drinking like Pliny the Elder and stuff like that. I just had a flashback of some of those American Westies, some of those big sort of 7.5%, 8% Westies. It looked exactly like those. I'm like, shit, I don't want to drink that.
Yeah, I remember trying. What's it? Bells Too Hide.
Yeah.
That was good.
Same color, same look.
Very orange. Yeah.
If you drink with your eyes, you could be.
It's like marmalade kind of orange color, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Good old Centennial.
It's what we want.
Oh, is it?
Has everybody gone through their commercial beers?
Yes. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Guys, I'm going to make a suggestion, given the fact that we want to give our listeners what they want. It's 1 minute past 10 on a fucking Saturday night. And we've sat here and talked bollocks for a long, long time. We've been discussing beers. We've been having a laugh. We've taken a piss out of some people. We've wondered why companies have done certain things. I've said stupid stuff because that's standard. I think it's time for us to basically knock this one on the head and say, look, we've done an hour of podcasting. We've now done almost an hour of commercials. Why don't we knock this one on the head? Put up a jitsi meet, get the listeners in, have a chat with the guys. Giles needs to join, and if there ain't a fucking video of your dog when you join, man, I'm telling you, there's going to be issues. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, shall we knock this one on the head and just go jitsi and have a chat with the guys for half an hour?
Yeah, sounds good.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Good deal.
Right, guys. Once again, thank you to Brewcake Tap. Thank you to all of our Patreons. You guys really do make it possible for us to do this. And thanks to you three. I'm going to say this right now. Thanks to you three for being fucking awesome.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks to you.
Thanks, Chris, for. Yeah.
No, don't thank me. I do virtually nothing. I sit here and rant about all the high fives.
Chris says he does nothing, but he's the glue. And he also
I'm the glue.
See all the technical, all the background that makes all this live streaming happening. That is Chris, and it is not easy.
No,
So,
it fucking ain't.
Yeah.
Not when you're dealing with people running on potatoes and shit. Right. Thanks very much, guys, for listening. We're going to say bye-bye now. Sorry, guys, say bye-bye to everyone.
No.
Bye.
Toodle-pip.
Right. Andy, do us a favour. Start up a Jitsi meet so that you can copy and paste a link into the YouTube chat. Then everyone can join us. Stick it on Discord.
I don't know how to use Jitsi, mate. You're the tech guy.
Fuck me.
And on that note...
Jesus Christ.
Mate, it works both ways.
Have we stopped the
we have
Audacity? Yeah, I'm done.
A good
Yeah,
time
I've
with
stopped
stop,
mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
not
tech,
doing
the
that.
tech manager's role.
Episode 62B, is it? We're calling this one. Chris, no, I've not even set up a Jitsi.
Are we calling this
I suppose I
episode
could, but-
63?
I've already joined it. It's fine.
Are we
Give me a
calling
sec.
this episode 63? Or
62B. That's how you opened it at the start. It was 62B when I introduced it.
Right, guys. That's the link to the Jitsi meet. Join us. Come and have a chat with us for half an hour. We love you guys. We want to speak to you. I'm about to stop the live stream. So thanks so much for listening, YouTube. And if you need anything, go buy it from Brew Kick Tap. That's all I got to say. Peace.
True.
See you guys.